Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Cardboard and Cotton Podcast. Today's episode is going to be on Zach Werenski. I am very, very excited to bring this episode to you all on Zach. It was a lot of fun putting this episode together, getting all the information together, making some new styles of graphics and everything. And I'm just excited. So thank you all for tuning in. Zach was selected for this episode partially because the audience voted for him. But honestly, he was given as an option just because ever since he entered the league in about 2016, I was a huge Werenski fan. I just love the toughness and grit that he played with the Blue Jackets for. I'm not a Blue Jackets fan personally. However, I had an opportunity to see them play recently, a few weeks ago against the Penguins in Columbus, and he's just a tough guy. I mean, he was just a tough defenseman, a really incredible offensive player as well, putting up an assist in that game, I believe, and just really all around really talented hockey player. And he might even win the Norris Trophy this year, so that's pretty great. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. Zach Werenski was born on July 19, 1997 in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. He's also known as Z in Big Z. He stands at 6'2", 214 pounds, plays defenseman, and he shoots left. Starting off in his juniors career before he was 13 years old, in 2009, 2010, he played for the Bell Tire AAA team in Detroit. He played 31 games, had 16 goals, 19 assists, and 35 total points. And honestly, already you can tell this guy's going to be special. Averaging over a point per game in juniors is pretty impressive. And ultimately, he just got it. He just lit it up. For the juniors career and for really his early national team career for Team USA, there is no cards available for content wise for Zach. There was a couple jerseys, those are included in there, but there's not much as far as content until he made the NHL, but there's actual cardboard and cotton available for him. On the same 09-2010 team for Bell Tire, he played with Kyle Connor and Dylan Larkin, both current NHL players. And then moving forward to the 2010-2011 14U team, same with the Bell Tires, still in Detroit. He was a 14U national tier 1 champion. So that's pretty impressive, especially being that young doing that. Heading into 2011-20, he still played in the same league on the same team, on the 16 under team, putting up some pretty solid numbers as well. Heading into 2012-2013, though, on the Little Caesars, yes, that Little Caesars, 18 under AAA team. He played in the High Performance Hockey League, put up some solid stats. And that is a Little Caesars autographed AAA hockey jersey by Werenski. Obviously not one he would have worn, but just a fan jersey. So pretty cool to see that. I do like the colorway. Typically when you think Little Caesars, you do think of the black, orange, and white. I do like the powder blue. Powder blue is one of my favorite colors, and I think it just goes really well with the white and the orange and the black on the jersey. So pretty cool to see that, especially him sign that. It's pretty awesome. Moving on forward to 2013-2014 with Team USA Hockey. United States National Team Development Program. Pretty fair season's time for him. There's a picture of him and Austin Matthews in the background. Leafs legend, Leafs star currently. So that's pretty cool, awesome to see. On that same 2013-2014 United States Hockey League Juniors team, that team also featured Jack Eichel, Alex Took, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, Matthew Tkachuk, Charlie McAvoy, and Tommy Novak. All future NHLers. It's definitely a stacked juniors team. And you'll notice that a lot of Werenski's teams, especially into the more of his USA Hockey career, he just played with stacked teams. I mean, those teams didn't always win the gold or one can come in first place, but those were some good teams. I mean, they're just stacked with future NHLers that all each filled the stat sheet from top to bottom, and just a really impressive teams all around. Continuing at 14, he was named assistant captain of the U.S. National Under-17 team, hence the A in the top right corner of the screen, putting up some pretty fair stat lines of 47 games played with 31. With his birthday being in mid-July, he did not get as much time playing for the under-18 team as a 17-year-old, so hence his stats being a little less than that. However, on that same U18 team, he played with Jack Eichel, Alex Took, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, Nick Schmaltz, and Alex Nedeljkovic for the staying in 2013-2014 in the World Hockey Challenge, the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge Gold Medal Award winner. And he was also assistant captain as well for that team. Not necessarily putting up a great total of points or anything, but he did perform well. And that same team also included Austin Matthews, Matthew Tkachuk, and Charlie McAvoy. Continuing with his juniors career into 2014-2015, He played in the World Junior Championship 20 or under 20 team. All those similar names were basically included on this team with Eichel, Took, Larkin, Matthew Schmaltz, Demko, Thatcher Demko, that is, hasn't been mentioned yet, and Nedeljkovic. So pretty cool to see that basically all those guys were being named to the same teams, and they just kind of definitely have a good repertoire together. They played well together. That same year was his freshman year at the University of Michigan, and he had played in 35 games, scoring 9 goals, 16 assists, 25 total points, being part of the NCAA Big Ten All-Rookie Team, NCAA Big Ten First All-Star Team as well, and some highlight pictures from his freshman year. He was drafted in the first round, 8th overall by the Columbus Blue Jackets in the 2015 NHL Draft, the same draft class as Connor McDavid, a.k.a. Mick Jesus, Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner, Mikko Rantanen, Matthew Barzal, Kyle Connor, Brock Baser, Sebastian Aho, and Kirill Kaprizov. Continuing in the 2015-2016 World Junior Championship, playing on Team USA's under-20 team, he was named captain. He was part of the All-Star team, named best defenseman, and helped finish Team USA with a bronze medal in his efforts that season. A little Shoresy quote from Letterkenny. Got Will Snipe silly boys? More like Park with Crab Boys. Continuing with his college career into his sophomore season with Michigan, despite being drafted into the NHL, he went ahead and finished his sophomore season with Michigan, playing 36 games, totaling 36 total points, so a point per game average, and coming up with a Big Ten championship, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, Big Ten First All-Star Team, and NCAA First All-American Team. And there's a picture of him with him and his teammate Kyle Connor, who's on the left. Kyle Connor currently plays for the Winnipeg Jets. So pretty cool to see them play as juniors back in Detroit for the Bell Tire Center team, all the way up into the NHL, obviously not together, but also in college as well with the University of Michigan. It's cool to see like that play out. After his season was over with the Michigan Wolverines, still in 2015-2016, he played a minor league season, or the end of the minor league season with the Lake Erie Monsters, now the Cleveland Monsters, totaling 7 games with only 1 goal. But that team did win the American Hockey League AHL Calder Cup champions, and he did finish the playoffs with most assists by a rookie with 9 assists in the total playoffs. Just impressive team. Came out of nowhere to really do that. And yeah, that same team also included Oliver Bjorkstrand, who plays for the Lightning these days. Moving on until his rookie season in the NHL, 2016-2017, playing in 78 of the 82 games, totaling about half a point per game. Named to the NHL All-Rookie First Team, 2016 November Rookie of the Month, and a Calder Trophy Rookie of the Year finalist nominee. This is where we're going to get into more of cards and jerseys, so pretty nice to see that change. Going clockwise, you have your 2016 Upper Deck Young Guns rookie card. When it comes to Young Guns rookie cards, that is like your traditional just base rookie card for NHLer as they get their first like trading card. And they're highly sought after, highly collectible, especially the best players. So like Werenski, for example, is one of those. Raw, that card might do $5 to $10. However, if it's graded, it can obviously go up a little more. I have a handful of Young Gun rookie cards myself. Nothing too crazy, but just some typical base cards, some Penguins and other players that I enjoy watching. Moving on to the right, you have your Upper Deck Black Lustrous Rookie Signatures at a $2.99 with the silver ink. Just a really pretty card. I love how he just kind of is a silhouette. It's almost like a silhouette of him. And the backdrop is just fully black, hence UD Black. And you just have a really nice silver signature on the card. Pretty cool. You then have your SP Game Used inked rookie sweaters patch out of 99, chunky patch on that card with a nice little blue autograph there. That looks pretty cool. And then you have your Upper Deck Exquisite autograph out of 15, and I believe that card should be 8 out of 15. Jersey number, there we go, a little eBay 101 action, and it's just pretty cool to see. As far as when it comes to like eBay 101s, if you ever sold cards on eBay, you'll know what I'm talking about. But just for those that don't know, typically is when the eBay seller is always a jersey number, or if it's the first on the print or the last on the print, it's eBay 101. Why? Doesn't really make much sense. But typically the price of that card will then go up for whatever reason, even though it's typically just the same as the print run. That's really what matters is the actual print run itself. It's nothing more special, but it could be more special to certain type of collectors that are collecting more of the jersey number cards. First on the print run, last on the print run, special editions. Like there's certain people that obviously would collect, like if they were like, okay, I want cards numbered out of 99, but I want like 67 out of 99. They would collect all those 67 cards out of 99 they possibly could to create their own collection of that sort. So pretty interesting to see. Continuing though in 2016-2017, he sustained a gruesome facial fracture from Phil Kessel's shot in the first round of playoffs against the Penguins. He still returned to play in the game, though, again. Until his eye did swell over, though, unfortunately. There's a picture of him after the injury. It's just a little bit of playoff hockey, so it's part of it sometimes. You do have featured on the cards, but there's 3 cards featured there. Your 2016-2017 Upper Deck Premier Gear Rookie Premier Gear out of 3. It's a mouthful. With some laundry tag. Look at size 54 jersey. You've got a button from his jersey, the fight strap probably. Different chunky patches. Looks like the Canadian flag on there as well. You also have Upper Deck the Cup. Dual scripted materials with Oliver Bjorkstrand out of 15. Dual signatures there. So like I aforementioned, Bjorkstrand also plays for the Lightning now, but he used to play for the Blue Jackets. They were kind of cool to see those as teammates as well there. And it's especially cool to see the signatures on the patches. You don't see that very often because still there's a space on the card for like the signature itself, and you have the patch isolated by itself. On the bottom, you got a little booklet here. Upper Deck Black Fresh Gear Rookie Booklets. Premium materials out of 25 with some chunky patches. And let me look at a little logo on the top left one. So pretty cool to see. Honestly, you probably could fit a signature on there and that blank space on the left side. But it's still pretty cool to see. Pretty cool. Moving to 2017-2018, he played 77 of the 82 games and was named the 2018 All-Star, replacing his teammate Seth Jones in Columbus. As for the cards, you have his 2017-20 Upper Deck base card in the top left. Moving next to it, Upper Deck the Cup Trios jerseys, gold with Artemi Panarin and Sergei Bobrovsky out of 10. So nice chunky 3-color patches on each of those cards. Pretty cool to see that for the Trios. And the Cup, Upper Deck the Cup, that is, I would say is very comparable to like Panini's Flawless line as far as like the quality of the cards, the style of them, with the gold foiling on like around the border of the patch windows and everything. So it's pretty cool to see that like that is going to be your upper tier hockey card is going to be the Cup typically. Upper Deck's the Cup. So there's going to be many the Cup cards on here, especially through Upper Deck, as Panini no longer has a true foothold in the hockey card market. Obviously now it is Topps. Upper Deck though has been a mainstay for quite some time. You also have his Upper Deck Premier Mega Patch out of 24. Looks like off the crest right there. Handwritten number out of 24 too, which is you don't see very often. So that's pretty cool to see. You also have his Upper Deck Clear Cut Foundations with Cam Atkinson out of 25. Moving forward into 2018-2019, he did play every game that season. As for the cards, you have his 2018-2019 Upper Deck base card. I'm not a huge fan of that design. I just don't feel like it really fits the Zach Werenski. It may fit other players better, but it's just there have been other better base card designs for Upper Deck. This one, not really one of those, but that's okay. You have his SP Game Used 2018 All-Star Skills Fabrics patch with the Adidas patch there. 2 of the 3 stripes right there. So that's a Game Used patch from the Skills Challenge, the jersey he's wearing in the picture. So that's pretty nice from the 2018 All-Star Game. And then featured, you also have his 2018-2019 Game Worn Columbus Blue Jackets white jersey there. So that's pretty nice to see right there. Nothing too crazy to note on it, but it's a simple Blue Jackets jersey. Worn either home or away, and it's Adidas jersey. So at that time, Adidas had the rights. This was after Reebok owning the rights for NHL jerseys. So Adidas had the rights for a few years, and obviously now it's Fanatics, unfortunately. But you do have it's a pretty cool jersey. Definitely, I like the white jerseys. It looks crisp and clean, so pretty nice to see there. Continuing into 2018-2019, though, he did play for the World Championship Team USA team. Not totaling any points or anything, but he did play in 2 games. Continuing with cards, though, he did have your 2018 Panini NHL sticker base card. Quick note on those sticker cards. Panini, when they were first founded way back when, really focused on the sticker collections. And they still create those albums and create those stickers. It's far less common, though, and or prominent of a part of their business, however. But still cool, just wanted to note on that. And then you have the Upper Deck Ice Glacial Graphs Black with the inscription on there. And I love inscription cards, especially with this man's nickname, Big Z, on there. So the gold ink really pops at you. Probably like one of my favorite Werenski cards I've found in this research and database and everything. Overall, the Glacial Graphs line of Upper Deck is pretty nice right there. And overall, it's a great card. That gold ink just really pops, gives it some vibrance and light to it. And the Big Z inscription, there's people out there that specifically collect cards with inscriptions. I know some guys on my mind just send this card their way on ComC because that's something I would pick up if I was a big Werenski or inscription collector for sure. Continuing into 2019-2020, Werenski had his first career at this time of recording, his only career hat trick on December 31st, New Year's Eve 2019, in a 4-1 win over the Florida Panthers and his former teammate Sergei Bobrovsky. He was 2020 week of January 6th third starter, and he had the most goals that season by a defenseman with 20. Obviously, COVID shortened season, so that kind of helped him a little bit there, but still, though, pretty cool to hear about. You have your 2019-2020 Upper Deck base card. You have your Upper Deck the Quads jersey with Pierre-Luc Dubois, Cam Atkinson, and Seth Jones out of 24, and SP Authentic 1999-2000 Retro Sign the Times card. So autograph. So obviously with that card, it was a throwback to that year of 1999-2000 Upper Deck cards. So pretty cool to see that. I always like the throwback cards, especially homage to a previous time. So that's pretty nice. Definitely cool to hear about and just to see, especially that blue ink signature. It just looks pops on that card, especially with the gray background. It looks real nice, so I appreciate Upper Deck doing that. Moving forward into 20, playing in 35 games, he did miss time at the end of the season due to a sports hernia, unfortunately limiting his season. And then you do have his 2020-21 Upper Deck base card. I like the throwback design. There's a 90s Upper Deck basketball card design. Looks very similar to that. You also have the Cup Trios jerseys with Cam Atkinson, Oliver Bjorkstrand out of 35. Not chunky patches, but cool to see that red, white, and blue on the card. You do have his practice worn white Adidas jersey. There is a COVID tracker pouch towards the collar up there. You can't really see it from the images I included, but there is a COVID tracker pouch for up there. That's pretty nice, and it really is from the times, of course. And then you have your Artifacts Materials purple out of 15 with some chunky patches on the card. Not a fan of the green background on that, but the purple's nice. I'm a fan of purple. I just maybe would have liked to see a white background instead of a green background on the Artifacts. Not sure why green was chosen, but, whatever. Moving into 2022, he was named assistant captain of the Blue Jackets from this point on in his career, so hence the A in the top right corner. He also was named a 2022 All-Star, so pretty cool to hear about that. Featured at the top of the screen is a fan replica of his 2022 All-Star jersey. Pretty simple design, white base to the jersey, but I like the accent mark. I like the chevrons on the very bottom and on the sleeves as well. It looks pretty cool. Looks very crisp, if you will. You do have your Upper Deck base card in the bottom right. Pretty simple design. I like the throwback jersey he's wearing in that picture. And I did a little TikTok video on this next card, but SB Tonight's lineup 101, featuring his name written on the lineup card. So 101, only one in the world, of course. I did find interesting that on the picture of that card, he's not even featured on that picture. It's 5 Blue Jackets, and Werenski's not even one of them. So kind of an interesting, odd little quirk about that card, but really cool to see. You do have Upper Deck the Basics cup card with the three color patch on that out of 25. Love the little color wheel kind of design on that card. Looks very, very nice. The cup is always a great product to purchase. Very expensive, but just a real cool design on the cards is pretty awesome to see. Moving into 2022-2023, you do have his Upper Deck base card in the middle top of the screen, top middle of the screen. And then on the All-Star card to the right of it, you have 11 different NHL players, 12 different patches on there. Those players include Claude Giroux, who's on there twice because he was the captain of the team for the All-Star game. Jack Hughes, Chris Kreider, Evgeny Kuznetsov, Tom Wilson, Jake and Bake, Jake Gensel, Tristan Jars, Sebastian Aho, Frederick Anderson, Adam Pelech, and Werenski himself. So all around really cool card. Definitely small patches, but there'd have to be to fit 12 of them on the one card. But shame it's not a booklet card. I would almost like to see it a little bit better that way, but that's okay. You do have in the bottom right his reverse retro alternate Adidas jersey from that season. Not a huge fan of the black on the blue. I get it because Columbus colors for the Blue Jackets, but it's just it's an odd jersey, odd pull by Adidas. But hey, I mean, it's collectible. It'll sell. It did sell. It works. It's just ugly. It's just ugly. Next to it, though, not ugly, though, is your Skybox Metal Universe PMG Precious Metal Gems, red out of 90. And these cards are so sought after and collectible. Obviously, the modern ones, maybe not as much, but the original Skybox line of PMGs, Precious Metal Gems, in the 90s are highly, highly, highly sought after. The value going up into the thousands, tens of thousands even, especially for graded ones, because of their condition sensitivity and ultimately just rareness. And the base one's not a big deal, but anything numbered, it's a huge deal. because the corners and the edges are just so prone to chipping and denting, and it's just really hard to find consistently well-maintained PMGs, especially on the wild. But there are definitely some collectors that take care of their stuff, and they're no messing around with that. So pretty cool to see that, especially a PMG of Werenski, albeit modern. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I'd be remiss if I did not talk about the late great Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey, in this. Gaudreau played for the Calgary Flames 2022 until he signed as a free agent with the Blue Jackets in 22 to playing until 2024. Gaudreau was just amazing. Truly, I mean, 7-time All-Star in his albeit short NHL career, a Lady Byng Trophy winner in 2016-2017, playing almost literally a point per game average throughout his career, 500 even assists, 243 goals in 763 games. Johnny Gaudreau was unfortunately killed by a drunk driver while riding his bicycle in 2024, along with his brother as well, who was also killed by that same drunk driver. I remember where I was when I found out about Gaudreau. I was at work and I had checked my phone and it said Johnny Gaudreau has passed away. I was stunned. There's been many athletes in my life that have passed away. Gaudreau just hit differently. Just his personality, his spark, the way he played. He's just such a great competitor, great athlete. Just gone way too soon. So I gotta say it. Long live Johnny Hockey. Moving on to the cards that feature Johnny and Zach. You have your 2022, 2023 Upper Deck the Cup Trios jerseys gold with Gaudreau, Werenski, Elvis Merzlikins. Each of them chunky, multicolored patches. Really awesome to see out of 10. And then you have your Upper Deck Ultimate Collection, Ultimate Quad Materials with Gaudreau, Patrick Lane, Werenski, and Cole Sillinger out of 25. Each of those being multicolored patches. Really sweet to see. And then you obviously have a goal celebration of Gaudreau scoring and Werenski celebrating with him in the bottom right as well. So moving forward to nothing too crazy of note stat-wise or accomplishment-wise for Werenski that season. However, as far as the cards go, you have his Upper Deck base card, which I have a copy of somewhere in my collection. Upper Deck UD Canvas Black and White, and I love that with the smoke intro on that. I think that card just looks absolutely sick. And then you Upper Deck Artifacts Dual Patch out of black out of 5 with 2 multicolored chunky patches with stitching on them. It's really cool to see. Cards I feel like are extremely underrated in my opinion, especially value-wise. However, with like the actual patches you get on a lot of cards, they're just so cool because there's so much stitching. There's so much, I've said before, but the chunkiness it's just different. And I love seeing those patches on NHL cards. It just looks really awesome. He was on Team USA's World Championship team in 2013-24, playing in 8 games, totaling 7 points. And then I've got another Shorzy quote here, a little bit of a burn. Zach Werenski, a.k.a. Shorzy, would say, "You've got the puck handling skills of a baby giraffe." I feel like that fits. Especially for me, considering I don't know how to ice skate yet. Working on it. Progress. Moving on to 2024-2025, playing in 81 of the 82 games that season, and easily his best full season of his career to date. Named to the All-Star team, first star for the week of November 24th, third star for the week of December 29th, 2025 January 3rd star of the month, and NHL Best Defenseman, a.k.a. Norris Trophy finalist. So overall, dude just balled out. You have his Upper Deck base card. You have his Upper Deck SP Game Use Supreme patch at a 15 with that beautiful part of the crest of his jersey and that card. So really cool to see that Supreme patch. I almost like to see a bigger patch window so you could see more of the patch, but ultimately really awesome to see. Continuing into the 2024-2025 season, you do have his Team USA World Championship stats, 7 games played, 6 total points, named to the All-Star team, named Best Defenseman, named and earned a gold medal. You have him lifting the trophy. Just really awesome to see with his gold medal around his neck. Just Werenski's so proud of his Team USA teammates and himself. Dude, just a force to be reckoned with. And then I'd be remiss if I did not talk about the Four Nations performance by Werenski and the boys. 4 games played, 6 total points, all assists, most assists and points by a player in the Four Nations tournament. Unfortunately, they come to the runner-up as Team USA lost to Team Canada. However, you do have his Fanatics game-used Navy Team USA jersey from that game on the 15th of February versus Canada. And then a picture of him wearing that same jersey with Matthew Tkachuk celebrating next to him as well. So really, and I'm so excited for the Four Nations coming up and the World Cup of Hockey. I love watching it. Especially as I've gotten older, I've definitely gotten more into hockey, and it's really been fun to watch the game progressed since I've really got into it like about a decade ago or so. It's just really cool to see, especially like Werenski. I've always watched Werenski's career, followed him like ever so quietly, being a Blue Jackets fan, but he's just been consistent and he's great. And I could definitely see him, especially getting a Norris Trophy under his belt or so, a couple more All-Star games. So you're telling me there's a chance that he might go to the Hall of Fame? Telling me there's a chance. Moving on to this current season, the 2025-2026 season. At the time of this recording, he's played 47 games, totaling 55 points over a point per game average with 19 goals, 36 assists, and he was named November 23rd second star, December 21st third star. You do have a fan jersey at the top of the screen from the 2025 Stadium Series game, a picture of him wearing his actual jersey on the Stadium Series game. I like the State of Ohio outline and his assistant captain patch on there. It's pretty cool. And of course, the Johnny Gaudreau patch as well. And then you have the base card, the upper deck base as well. And I was listening to the Spit and Chicklets podcast last week, and Ryan Whitney believes that Werenski will win the Norris Trophy. And it's hard to argue with him. I really think, especially the way he's played this season, the way I saw him play earlier this year, I do believe Werenski makes a great case to win the Norris Trophy, especially if he continues up what he's doing. I really think he'll be a Norris Trophy winner for the first time in his career. Hopefully, the first of a couple. I do believe Werenski is one of the most talented defensemen in modern hockey right now, especially being as tough as he is. Dude just balls out. He's a great player, great teammate from what I understand, from what I've heard from his teammates in different recordings and accountings and everything. So pretty cool to hear about that. Pretty cool. And you got your sources, all the statistics, the stats, websites, and everything. Cards, 2016, 2017. Cards from 2017, 2018. Cards from 2018, 2019. Cards from 2019, 2020. Cards from 2020, 2021. Cards from 2021 to 2022. And then you bet you guessed it, more cards from 2022 to 2023, and then your cards from 2023, 2024, 2024, 2026. And the last slide for the jerseys, the authentic jerseys on the very top and the fan jerseys towards the bottom. Simply thank you. I'm blown away by the feedback I get personally, but I'm just thankful, you know? I started my master's program earlier this month with St. Bonaventure, and I'm really excited to learn more tips and tricks in the sports media and journalism world to be able to share that with you all and improve upon this podcast and content generation and different ideas and what can we do. And I just think it'll be awesome. I'm really excited about this journey. It's weird to say, but proud of myself and proud of you all for supporting me. And I just appreciate it very much. So thank you. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do. I would really appreciate any and all of it. We have our YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram accounts all located on the thank you page right here. And then I would love to get some feedback in the comments sent to me personally. It'd be awesome as well. Our next episode will be on an MLB player, going back to the pilot. So please comment on who you'd like to see me talk about. I've already got a few ideas, and I'll post after this episode's been uploaded as well, who I'm thinking of. But we'll definitely do a poll for that. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode about Zach Werenski. I hope you all have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.